What does it mean to be content? Is it about having everything you want? Hi, I'm Brad Bristol, the Generous Living Pastor here at Lincoln Bryon. You know, a lot of us struggle with contentment. We get bogged down in the culture's belief that if we have more possessions and more money, that will bring us happiness. But what if you didn't have all that stuff? Could you still be content? One of our greeters here, a gentleman named Bryon was previously homeless for 10 years. I had a chance to sit down with him and hear his story and his unique perspectives.
My name is Bryon Wickman of the Wickman clan in Pender, Nebraska. Bryon is a very unusual spelling. You will not find that spelling. The only Bryon is me, which I guess makes me unique.
Bryon's story really starts with his dad. His dad was a very hardworking man who spent his life in the pursuit of success.
My dad was poor when he was a kid. And I don't mean poor like on welfare. I mean poor like as in hungry and lonely. And he learned really quick that the only way out was to work your butt off and keep all the money. And that's what he did all his life.
Bryon said that his dad believed that success would make him happy, but it never did. Meanwhile, Bryon went on a much different journey. After a tour of duty with the Navy, Bryon ended up homeless for 10 years. During that time, he learned firsthand what it really means to be in need.
See, the one thing my dad always was, he was completely independent and self-supporting. He never needed anybody's help. Now, when you're homeless, you're on the whole opposite end of that spectrum. You need other people to give you clothes. You need other people to give you food. And you depend on other people's kindness to give you whatever it is you're going to need.
While Bryon was homeless, he came to know Jesus. Eventually, Bryon got some help and moved off the streets.
The big thing after I became a Christian, God taught me how to submit to authority. I became mentally ill when I was homeless, and I went to a pastor because I wanted to commit suicide. And he told me not to do that, but to get medical help. I went to my parents, and as soon as I went to my parents, I saw a doctor, and I got diagnosed. Once I submitted to his authority, I started taking medications, and my bipolar schizophrenia went away. I got interviewed by the government, and they put me on welfare, so now I had housing and medication and food, and I was somebody that people could help.
Bryon's relationship with God and his experience of homelessness shaped his views on what matters most and what it means to be content.
You shouldn't measure wealth with possessions. You should measure wealth with your relationship with God and other people who you love and love you back. Now, to be content, all I really need is I need my medication, I need a Bible, I need clothes, and a belly full of food. And all this other stuff is just extra. I think I'm the richest guy on the block because I can sleep on a bed. And I can go to a grocery store and eat whatever I want, pick whatever I want to eat. And if you just take for granted all the stuff we have, you will never be happy. My dad wanted to buy happiness with stuff money can buy. And I don't. I really can't describe what God gave me. I just live in it. But when the Lord's Spirit went inside of me, He gave me a peace and a joy you cannot buy.